Hey there, this is inDStry, and today we will introduce a 10 video series to talk about Industry 4.0 and provide a full end-to-end perspective and implementation plan. When people hear Industry 4.0, most of them immediately think about robots, or artificial intelligence, or a wall full of dashboards. And yes, all of that can be part of it, but that is not the real point. The real point is this: how do we make manufacturing and logistics run better from the moment we plan demand to the moment the product reaches the customer? That is what this inDStry series is about, Industry 4.0, from factory to delivery. Because in real world, operations don't stop at the factory door. A production line can perform well, but if the warehouse is not ready, the order still ships late. A distribution center can pick fast, but if transportation is not coordinated, the customer still waits. A dashboard can look impressive, but if nobody uses it to make better decisions, it is just a decoration on a screen. That is why I want to explain Industry 4.0 as an end-to-end operating model, not as a technology shopping list, not as one isolated automation project, and definitely not as something that lives only inside the plant. In this series, we are going to connect the full chain: manufacturing, warehousing, distribution centers, logistics, transportation, data, automation, cybersecurity, organization design, and daily execution. The goal is simple: help leaders understand how all of these pieces fit together and how they can actually improve business results, service cost and cash, but also quality, speed, and resilience. Here is how the series will work. Episode 1 starts with the foundation. We will define what Industry 4.0 really means across the full operating chain, not only the smart factory, but also the warehouse, the distribution center, and transportation. Episode number 2 is about the leadership model, because if nobody owns the transformation, it becomes a collection of disconnected projects. We will cover governance, the digitalization director role, digitalization engineers, product owners, site champions, and the level 1, level 2, and level 3 support model needed to keep the operation running. Episode number 3 is about data. This one is critical. Before artificial intelligence, before automation, before control towers, you need data that people can trust. Because if the data is wrong, the system doesn't become smart, it just becomes wrong faster. Episode number 4 is about integration. Enterprise resource planning, manufacturing execution system, warehouse management systems, transportation management systems, operational technology, automation and analytics. All of them need to be connected, not perfectly on day one, but clearly enough that the operation can work as one chain. Episode number 5 is about cybersecurity and safety. The more connected the operation becomes, the more disciplined it has to be. A factory is not a website. A warehouse is not an application. If an industrial system fails, the impact is physical. Production stops. Shipments are delayed. People may be exposed to risk, and customers feel the result. Then we move into the practical use cases. Episode number 6 is the smart factory. We will talk about manufacturing execution systems, quality, maintenance, traceability, and closed-loop control. In other words, how the plant becomes more visible, more stable, and more responsive. Episode number 7 is the smart warehouse and distribution center. We will cover warehouse management system, yard management system, scan discipline, slotting, autonomous mobile robots, sortation, automated storage and retrieval systems, and peak accuracy. not because automation is fashionable, but because flow matters. Episode number 8 is Smart Transportation. We will cover transportation management systems, routing, estimated time of arrival prediction, digital proof of delivery, claims, freight visibility, and control by exception. Because knowing a truck is late is not enough, the value is knowing early enough to do something about it. Episode number 9 connects the network. That is where we talk about control towers, not as passive dashboards, but as systems that help teams decide, act, escalate, and learn faster. And finally, episode number 10 turns everything into a roadmap, a 90-day plan, a 12-month scale blueprint, and a practical way to move from pilot to template, to replication to a standardization. The order of this series matters. We are not going to start with robots before talking about governance. We are not going to start with artificial intelligence before talking about trusted data. We are not going to automate a broken process and pretend that speed fixed the problem. And we are not going to scale pilots without a repeatable operating model. This series is for plant leaders, warehouse leaders, logistics leaders, transportation teams, supply chain leaders, information technology and operational technology teams, transformation leaders and executives. The focus is not technology for the sake of technology. The focus is performance. Can we serve customers better? Can we reduce waste? Can we improve cash flow? Can we protect quality? Can we move faster? Can we become more resilient? That is the real promise of inDStry 4.0, not looking modern, running better. In episode number 1, we start with the foundation, what inDStry 4.0 really means, from factory to distribution center to transportation. This is inDStry, and this is inDStry 4.0, from factory to delivery.